Joe Volpe, publisher Corriere Canadese, North America's only Italian language daily newspaper, on behalf of Go Live TV and Corriere Media Group. We want to continue the discussion about the performance of schools and school boards in the ICAO testing. So our comment of the day was actually generated by one of our journalists, Cassandra Di Pasquale. And we want to talk about that because when we take a look at the results, we see that there are school boards, those who care and those that don't. So earlier in the week, we looked at the Toronto Catholic District School Board and its students' results in the ICAO testing. Now, every year, the government conducts ICAO tests for students in grades 3 and 6. This assessment evaluates students' academic levels in reading, in writing, and in arithmetic. The Fraser Institute published an analysis of the rankings on January 19th, a mere 3 weeks ago. Using the ICAO results, it publishes a ranking system to compare the 3,046 schools in Ontario. You might want to be interested to see how your school stacks up against the rest. We recognize it's only one snapshot, but here's what happens. They use 4 color codes: green, yellow, orange, and red, in that order. So the first, green, for those schools that meet the provincial standard of 7.6 to 10 rating. Second is yellow, for those in the 7.5 to 6 range. The third is orange, those scoring anywhere between 5.9 and 4. That shows a desperate need for improvement. And finally, red. If anything, this is a cry for help. It's a fail. The results highlighted some astonishing hidden shortcomings in the school system. The fact that only 17% of the Toronto Catholic District School Board schools are in the green zone should be disheartening and a wake-up call for parents in the TCDSB. Now, as part of that analysis of the Toronto Catholic District School Board, we looked at 6 of the Catholic elementary school boards in the Golden Horseshoe. That's all of these schools that you see in red and pink all around the elbow of Lake Ontario. They're in York Region, Dufferin Peel, Halton, Hamilton. By the way, Dufferin Peel is Mississauga, Brampton, Hamilton, Wentworth, and the Niagara region. Now, parents outside of Toronto should be pleased because their boards achieved more positive outcomes than the Toronto Catholic District School Board. Now, the first of these, I should highlight a couple of them, but first of all, the chairs of York Region, Dominic Mazzotta, there you see a picture of him right there, and Halton Region, Peter DeRosa, have something to be proud of. None of their schools ranked 0. Now let's bring that back up to York Region, please. Now, Dominic Mazzotta's school board, York Catholic District School Board, scored the best of them all, had the highest number of schools in the green zone. They only have 80 schools, 28 of them were green. Only 46 were yellow, that's 58%. That's, they're doing okay, but they need to pay more attention to things. But they only had 6 in the orange zone, only 6, and absolutely none in the red zone. So to the chair and to his people, Dominic Mazzotta, congratulations. Those are ranked second in that score. In, what have you got here, Halton Region. It's a much smaller board, 45 schools, but 15 of them, a full 33% of the schools, 1 out of every 3 ended up in the green zone. 55% ended up in yellow. That's not bad, but it needs some work. They had 5 in the orange. 11% of their schools are in difficulty, but none are in the red zone. Congratulations to them as well. The third ranked of those boards are using always this ICAO is Hamilton Wentworth. They had 11 schools in the green zone. That's 22%, 1 out of every 5. Only 22, 45% in yellow, 15 in orange, it's a problem, but only 1 in red. They deserve that commendation as well. The next board, is the Hamilton Niagara. They had 9 in the green area, 21% of them. Again, 1 out of every 5 schools meets the Ontario standard of 7.6. 15 are yellow, 34%. No, not bad. Orange, 17 schools were in the orange zone. That's 39% of their schools need to do some work. But only 3 fell into the red, 6% of them. 6% of their schools have a real problem. The next group is the Dufferin-Peel, Mississauga-Brampton. It's a much bigger board. It's 123 schools. It's not as big as the Toronto Catholic District, but it's quite big. 21 of their schools, or 17% of their schools, met the provincial standard. 62 schools, or 50%, they need work. 38 or 31%, that's 1 out of every 3 schools has got a problem. They've got to be working on those basic 3 skills. And 2 of them fell into the fail or red zone. It's an average board. Who comes last? Regrettably, it's the Toronto Catholic District School Board. Only 23 of their 155 schools were in the green zone. 14%. 14% of their schools met that standard. There were 57 that were in the yellow zone. It's about 37%, just better than 1 out of every 3. 58%, or 58 schools, 38% of all of their schools have a problem. They've got to get working on it. And 17 schools went into the red zone. Total failures. That meant that their students performed at less than 40% of what is expected of the standard. 11% of their schools, total failures. Who's the chair? Maria Rizzo. What does she think about the ACAO? It's a little bit lazy as a standard. And we agree that ACAO is only one of many other factors to determine whether a school is functioning or not. But on this standard, the Toronto District Catholic School Board is really behind the 8 ball. Joe Volpe, on behalf of Go Live TV, Corriere Media Group, Corriere Canadese, inviting you to stay tuned for a version in Italian and subsequently in Portuguese. Education is important because it's us, it's our kids. We'll see you after these messages.